This is a model 1842 Springfield rifle musket. Not the smoothbore version, but the rifle musket. Now, these started life as smoothbores, and in the late 1840s, they were sent back to the factory and rifled and had a rear sight installed. In fact, if I understand correct, there was even some that they didn't even bother putting a rear sight on. But this one does have a rear sight, and it was drilled for it, even though this particular rear sight does not appear to be the original, which the fellow I bought it from told me that, which I'm inclined to believe because it certainly doesn't look that way. Now, I've wanted a 69 caliber rifle musket for a long time. In fact, what I really would love to get my hands on is a pattern 1851 Minier rifle, but those are really expensive and really hard to find. But I did come across this one, and I got it at a pretty good price. In fact, it was much cheaper than the reproduction Petter Solis and Traditions, so I was pretty happy with it. The bore, I'm going to try and get you guys a picture of it where you can see, looks brand new. In fact, I'm not even really sure it's ever been fired. It looks so good in there. Now, one of the issues that I've come across since I own a 69 caliber rifle musket is finding mini balls, Minier balls, Burton style bullets, you know what I mean. Lyman used to make a mold, but apparently they don't anymore. And if you find one, they're really expensive. And by the way, I haven't been able to find a used one. So I think I'm going to have a mold made. So if anybody has any suggestions for that, I'm in the market for one of those. So I did buy these 69 caliber mini balls from Track of the Wolf. They measure 6'8", and they weigh about 720, anywhere from 719 to 722 is what I was getting. Now, what I have learned to do when it comes to mini balls, Burton balls, again, whatever you'd like to call it, you know what I mean, is I will weigh them to make sure that there's not one that isn't lighter. Every once in a while, I've found you'll have one that is much lighter, and the reason why is because there's some void in that ball where there's a hollow pocket. So I did weigh these out just to make sure they're all pretty close, and I actually didn't find any that were much lighter. This is something I've come across with my cheapy Lee molds that are 5.75, 5.77. Every once in a while, I'll come across that. But anyway, I bought these from Track of the Wolf, and they all seem to be pretty good. They're all right around 720 or so. Now, a couple weeks ago, I was talking to my friend Brett Gibbons of paper cartridge fame, and we were discussing densities when it comes to rifle muskets in particular. And he implored me to try lower density powders in something like this because I think, sorry, Brett, don't quote me, I think it was the British liked 155 for their rifle muskets. So I made up a special batch of powder made from balsa, and it was 1F, but I compressed it to a density of 1.6 grams per cubic centimeter. So it's a little lower density powder. And as luck would have it, it seemed to work out pretty damn well. So here's the first time out with the 1842 Springfield rifle musket.
All right, Jake.
All right, so here's the first shot with our Springfield Model 1842 rifle musket. This is 70 grains of 1F homemade balsa powder with a 6.85 Burton ball.
Dang! Whoa!
That has significantly more recoil than a 58.
That knocked you around.
Let's try that again.
Yeah.
Wow, that first shot had a little bit more recoil than I was expecting. I think I'll hang on a little tighter this time. Let's chronograph it.
Yeah.
I wonder how fast it's actually going. It sure hits like a freight train.
Yeah.
It still probably is only moving 900 or 1,000 feet per second.
God, you think so?
Well,
I was gonna say at least 1,000.
let's find out.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to chronograph this. Again, this is 70 grains of homemade 1F balsa with a 685 Burton ball, Minier style bullet, whatever you'd like to call it. That is right about 720 grains, right?
Yep.
Well, let's see here.
Dang.
987.
Okay.
Man, look at it
Whoa.
bending that thing.
All right.
Remind me to buy a taller
That's
tripod.
right. That's right. We got to get a better tripod. Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks one of the.
It is beating the snot
It's
out of
possible.
that thing.
We've done it before.
Just saying. I wouldn't be surprised.
We've done it before.
I did not get a reading off of that.
Well, we'll do it again.
All right, so here's shot number 2, or hopefully anyway. $9.90.
Dang. Oh, man.
Okay, one more. One more.
After you fix it.
You did. Oh, man.
Nobody better get that strong.
Oh, yeah.
I know I look like a dorkfish all trying to scrunch down, but I want to see what the numbers are, because if you're not in the right spot, that's about the only time that thing won't read.
Yeah.
So here's shot number 3, hopefully.
Boom goes the cannon!
Yeah, there we go.
1,058.
Okay.
Wow! What a monster!
Yeah, dude.
What a freaking monster!
All right.
So that's averaging right about 1,000 feet per second, Derek.
Yeah?
Are we gonna go fix it?
Oh yeah, we gotta fix it.
Yep.
So this is our homemade 1F made out of balsa. As you can see, it's a pretty big, chunky looking powder there.
Oh, yeah. Chunks.
Yeah. And this stuff is a little lighter density. This should be 1/6 is what this should be.
Oh, is it this? This is the stuff that we made to Brett's standards, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's he did it to British standards.
Yeah.
And there's our 685 Burton ball, and it fits nice and tight. In fact, so tight, I've been using my short starter just to get it in there. But man, this thing is a monster. Gonna be making some musket caps pretty soon.
Soon,
here.
yep.
All right. Oh. I'm gonna aim at that rabbit on the left there.
Okay, so we're aiming for that little
You all right,
guy
kid?
right there.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right there, all right?
All right, Jake.
We'll see if we can't hit that rabbit on the left there.
Oh my
Man.
God.
That knocked him into next week. I don't even see it up there. I saw it flying, but
He took a tumble.
I see where it is.
do you? This thing, you got to shoot this thing. Let me
Okay,
load it up
yeah.
and shoot it. Aiming at the gong.
Yeah.
It looks like this.
Well, that's a 4 of diamonds up there. We'll see how we do. Man,
Wow,
see
even
it.
being by it.
that thing
makes
makes big holes. You see it? I can see it from here.
Top right.
Yeah, a little high right.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's shot number 2. Right next to the other one.
Yep. Right next to it. Easy, Jake.
Sorry, I'm just really excited.
Really, really excited.
I shoot with this hand. Okay.
That one was a little high.
Yeah, it was probably me.
Boy, it puts big old holes through that thing, man.
Sure does.
It goes through it.
Yeah, it's cardboard. That's them right there. Man.
All right, last one.
Dude, they look like they're all in that same group.
I don't want to speak too soon, but I think I got 3 touching.
I think you do. Let's
go
check.
have a look.
Yeah.
All
Here
right,
we
so
are.
I'm aiming right here. That's where I'm holding. And they're all right here. So a little high, which is to be expected, and a little bit to the right. But man,
Dang.
I got 3 touch in, and that one I probably just had it up a little higher. But that's how it works when you use the kind of powder that it was meant to use. I understand that 45 yards there isn't exactly long distance shooting, but it does give me a pretty good idea of what it's doing. Shooting high and a little to the right, which is all things we can deal with. The 70 grain charge is the full service charge for the 1842 Springfield rifle musket, and it has some significant recoil. People are always saying, I hear it all the time, well, black powder just doesn't have any recoil. That's the cool thing about it. Yeah, try shooting something bigger than a Hawken 50 caliber with 40 grains, and you can notice there might be some more recoil. As you can see, this thing, it knocks me around a little bit. It's not exactly uncomfortable to shoot. It just is noticeable. That's what I'd call it. Noticeable. Now, we did go back to 100 yards and put a couple shots through it. I also lowered the charge to 60, hoping that I didn't have to hold quite as far underneath it. I still had to hold underneath it a little bit and considerably over to the left to get a hit on target, but we did get one on there.
That was stupid high.
Ah!
Nice.
That'll teach you. I'll take it. As for the amount of energy and velocity, it's right about 1,000 feet per second, which is, I think, about 50 feet per second faster than what they claimed they'd get out of this with that 70 grain charge. So all of that seems to be pretty much right on target, no pun intended. As for our lower density powder, one, it's made of balsa, which is the cleanest powder that I've ever made. And with a little bit lower density being 1.6 instead of 1.75 where we usually make it, this stuff is ridiculously clean. It's remarkable how clean it is. Lower density powders generally burn cleaner than higher density powders. But 1.6 made of balsa is really, really clean. I shot 25 rounds through this, which not all of them are on camera because we had friends and family out that day. And I didn't stop to clean it one time. It was easy enough to load. Now, those 6.85 balls, they're a little tight to start, and you saw me using my short starter, which wasn't really necessary. I could use this. It was just easier to do. So it's not that they fit that tight or anything. But overall, this thing shoots remarkably well. It's not very often that we get an old military gun of almost any kind, black powder, cartridge, or muzzleloader, that shoots that well as soon as we get it. Usually there's always some finagling we got to do, and that's just part of the deal. But this stuff shot great right out of the box. So as usual, folks, if you thought this video didn't suck, do me a favor and hit the like button, consider subscribing, and if you did think it sucked, go make your own damn video.
Nice.
That'll teach you. I'll take it.
Look at that thing swinging.
What a monster.
Behemoth, bro.
I like it.
Yeah.
Man.